Hey y'all, this is Crafty Southern Home. I am Christine. Let's dive right in. So this is a little birdhouse I picked up from my local Goodwill. I'm not sure what I paid for it. Maybe $1, maybe $2. But it had some little, like a picket fence, another bird, a heart that was wooden glued to it. And I just popped this off with my little Scotty peeler. And I'm mixing some Dixie Belle Sea Spray. That's the texture additive with my DIY apothecary paint. And I don't measure this. It's just to your liking how much texture you want. So I'm just going to mix it up. And then I did come back and add some more paint to get to the thickness that I want. And you'll see me, I'll start doing a brushing method. And that's not what you want. That's going to leave strokes in it. Plus this little roof had some little dipples in it. I guess just for texture effect to it. So I'm going to use my little chippy brush and I'm just going to stipple this on. And that's the best method for any kind of paint that you've got an additive in it for texture, is just to push the paint on there and not try to spread the paint out. And I wanted to say I did 1.5 coats on this because with the sea spray additive in it, it does go on thick. So it will cover your dark colors, but I think I just added a little bit more here and there. And you can wipe back that texture if you want, or just leave it, and I like it. So I am coming in with ReDesign with Prima. This was part of their spring release, and this is the Aviary mold. And I'm just going to put my cornstarch in the little bird, take my DOS air dry clay, I'm going to warm it between my hands, form like a little ball. I had way too much, so I'm just going to push that in my little bird. And then I do use an art palette knife to spread the back of mine out to make sure the back is even. And then you're going to use gravity to flip it over and work that little silicone mold, and sometimes take your hand and pull it out. Now I will say, this is a very delicate little mold. There's lots of little parts in there. His little legs, they did not come out. I tried twice and I could not get his little feet. So I decided that's fine. I'm just going to leave his little feet off. You'll see I got one little foot there, but I do decide to come back and just take that off. So, and I'm also going to take some of my clay, dust part of a mold. I'm basically wanting some of these flowers in there. So just remember, with your molds, you don't have to do the full mold. You can do whatever fits your project, and this birdhouse is kind of small, so I'm kind of limited on the space that I can put, and I just want all my molds on the front here. So same method there. I'm going to take my DOS air dry clay and work that in there real well and use my gravity to pop that thing out. Now I will say, happy little accident painting my birdhouse here. I had another project going and I had a brush with some white paint on it, and I accidentally dipped that into my little texture mix that I had, but I like it. You'll see that coming up. It's got some white onto it. Kind of looks like I dry brushed some white onto that, but I do like it, so I just went with it. So I'm putting my Quick and Thick from Tight Bond glue on the back, and I just take my fingers and do that, and I'm going to press my mold on here. And I did start painting one before I thought about putting it on there, but I decided I'm going to go ahead and put it on there. You're just going to use a little bit of pressure. I just kind of tap mine in. The bird, that's going to be the same way. Put the glue on there and kind of tap them onto my project. And then I will paint them wet. So I'm coming in with Drop Cloth by Dixie Belle. I'm going to leave you guys some links below for some Dixie Belle products. I didn't order my mold there from Amazon, so I'm not sure if the spring release is on there or not, but I'll try to link below what I can. Doesn't charge any extra. It's just Amazon's going to throw me a little thank you, and I'll throw you a little thank you as well. I'm going to finish off and protect all my paint with some, this is Dixie Belle Best Dang Wax in White, and I'm just going to put it all over, let it sit for a little bit. couple minutes or so, and then I'm going to come back with my paper towel and wipe everything off. And then mainly for my birds, to bring out the detail, because there are a lot of detail in those flowers and that little bird, I'm going to come back with Best Dang Wax in Grunge Gray. And then I'm going to just use my little artist brush because I only want that on my bird and my flowers. And then I'm going to use a wet wipe to wipe that back. And then if you wipe too much, you can always put more on. But I wanted to stick it with just the bird and the flowers as much as possible. Let all this dry, and you guys, this project is finished. Let me know if you think this is the cutest little birdhouse. Got another little project here. Just going to throw this in. I picked up this cute little frame from Hobby Lobby clearance at about 64 cents, I think it was. And I'm coming in, well, I'm trying to use up this Dixie Belle chalk paint, and this is in the color Cotton. I actually had to add a little bit of water, so that's the great thing about your chalk paints. If they thicken up, you think they're not usable, add you a little bit of water, just add a little bit at the time and stir it up real well. I'm going to use my Scotty Pillar. I got off all those stickers, and that little tool is great. If you don't have one of those in your crafting supplies, grab it. So I painted this project. I think I did 2 coats, maybe a third on that center because of that black kind of kept wanting to come through that lettering. And then I thought the frame needed a little something other else. Now, if I'd thought about this beforehand, I certainly would have done this before I painted. But these little half round beads, I'm going to take and glue those. And I'm just using hot glue. One did come off, so I did come back and put some other glue on that. And I think it was just my E6000. But I'm just going to go all the way around. So I did my little corners first. And then I'm trying to make it as even as possible. So then I did the insides. But I'm going all around the frame, adding those. And then, of course, I got to come back and paint those with 2 coats of that same cotton. This was part of ReDesign with Prima's spring release also, and this is called a Middy Little Transfer, and this is the Blossom Bunny. So I'm just going to cut out the bunny and this pretty little flower and use those. Now, these little transfers, they have a little color palette on the edge of it so that you can match your paint color with it. And I think that's a fantastic idea. But it's all kind of cute. There's 3 sheets, and there's all kind of cute little designs. Perfect for your Easter, your spring decor. So I'm just going to lay this bunny down with a little transfer tool. They supplied a wooden one. I didn't really like that. Wasn't crazy about that, so I just got one of my little plastic ones. And, of course, you're just going to lay down and start rubbing it and pull from one corner easily, lift, and you can kind of see that transfer release. And then when you're through, you're going to take that sheet that you just pulled off, turn it upside down, and burnish that down. And that's just to make sure that that whole image is become one with your project piece. If not, it could peel up from the corners. I'm going to take my little flower, and I wanted it to look like his little tail side was behind it. So you can layer transfers. Just make sure you rub them down real well and burnish them real well. And that's when you take that carrier sheet, flip it over, and push that project into there. And then you want to make sure that you seal these as well. And then this project is finished. So that was simple. Y'all let me know what you think of this week's. I appreciate you guys so much. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to make my little channel grow. I've been doing this for 2 years now, and I love this with a passion. You guys are awesome. Have a blessed week.